My name is Carla Nettles, and I attend Mid-American Christian University, and today I'm doing a persuasive speech. I'm talking about daylight savings time today. The government put in place daylight savings time on March 19, 1918. Do you know why daylight savings time began? Golf ball sales. They skyrocketed. To encourage today we're going to talk about encouraging a petition of the Senate to keep the time the same. Again, daylight savings time established on March 19, 1918, after the United States went to World War II. Daylight savings time was initially started for fuel savings reasons. However, the sports and recreation industry in the U.S. Chamber of Commerce had a lot to gain and a larger interest in daylight savings time. The main points that we're going to discuss today are the history of daylight savings time, supporters, and opponents. Again, the U.S. government enacted on March 19, 1918. Germany was actually the first on May 1 of 1916, according to Waxman, was the first to establish daylight savings time. And they did that during World War I to save fuel. Great Britain had a gentleman that had been petitioning the Parliament for years and years and years. And soon after his death, Great Britain did go to daylight savings time as well. However, Germany still was the first to go to daylight savings time. Next, we're going to talk about the supporters. Of course, the U.S. Chamber of Commerce and the sports industry. Next, we're going to talk about the opponents. The farming industry was actually one of the largest opponents for daylight savings time. Their argument was they didn't have enough daylight in the morning to get their crops to market. So they were one of the largest lobbyists against daylight savings time. The movie industry also was, back then, I believe drive-in theaters were a large thing, and they were losing money because the day was longer. In closing, daylight savings time, again, was established on March 19, 1918, after the United States went to World War II, and it was for fuel-saving reasons. However, the sports and recreation industry and the U.S. Chamber of Commerce had a lot to gain and a larger interest in daylight savings time. Arizona, Hawaii, and Indiana are the only states in the United States that do observe daylight savings time. The federal government gave each state the option to keep daylight savings time or not.